Hey everyone, this is Captain Dazzle back here again. Today we are going to learn how to make the balloon teddy bear. We are also going to learn how to make the pinch twist or the ear twist. Why is it called a ear twist? But the full name is called the teddy bear twist. Ah, that sounds so cute, right? Before you learn how to do this teddy bear, make sure you have already mastered how to do the basic designs like the giraffe and the doggy. Yes, you got that? Alright. Because for the teddy bear design, we're going to incorporate all these twists together. We're going to have to use the bubble twist, we're going to have to use the full twist, we're going to have to use the lock twist, and we're going to use the new twist that we're going to learn today. That is the pinch twist or the teddy bear twist. Are you ready? Good. So please make sure you have got you're good in your basics, because the teddy bear head, which is the most important part of the teddy bear design, consists of a total, wow, how many bubbles? I believe there are about 7 bubbles. Alright, so now I've got a balloon over here, and the tail over here it's about 4.5 inches. Alright, when you first start out, you might really want to start with a balloon that's got a longer tail, like a 5-inch or a 6-inch. So I'm going to use this one with a 4-inch. Tape. So now we are going to start off. Oh, it's a bit full. So now we are going to start by making a chain of 7 bubbles. Right. So it's going to start off with the teddy bear's nose. It's about a 1-inch bubble. And now the next bubble is going to be slightly larger than the nose bubble. This bubble is known as the back of the head, or the back of the skull of the teddy bear. Okay, it's going to be slightly larger than the first one. Now we're going to make the first cheek. Use a bubble twist, and this is about 2 inches. Okay. So now I'm going to make the first ear. Now just imagine my face. Okay, so the face. Imagine my face is a teddy bear's face. So I've already started making the my nose. This is the back of my head. Okay, so now the back of the head is of course connected to the cheek. Imagine my cheek over here, and once it moves up, my ear is here. So I'm going to make the ear. This is a 1-inch bubble. This bubble can be about the same size as the first bubble. You got it? Okay, so now the ear is done. So what's next? The top of my head, the top of my skull. So this bubble should be around the same size as the cheek. Okay, so can you see that I'm still also applying pressure on the remaining part of the balloon? This allows me to press some of the air down so that when I add more twists on the balloon, it does not burst. When you press on the balloon, the air travels down, then the walls of the balloon, there's less pressure on the walls of the balloon, so it's not going to pop so easily. Good secret. Right, if you're done, once you're done with that, so you're going to add in one more ear. Remember, we as to go back, we already did this bubble over here is the skull, the top of the skull. So it goes back down to my next ear. I need to make one more ear. Alright, are you still with me? I'm just going to hold this here for just a few seconds for you to register. Okay, so now the ear is done. So one last bubble. This is going to be, of course, the cheek, which is going to connect to the back of the head, back of the skull bubble. Ta-da! Once again, I'm going to hold this here for a few seconds. Got that? Okay, now, if you are unable to hold the chain of bubbles like this, that means your foundation skills are not there, right? Go back to the first video in this playlist, right? The basics of balloon sculpturing. Always hold the first and the last bubble. And all the bubbles in the middle, they will stay in place. So now, watch very carefully. I'm going to try to do this as slowly as I can. I'm going to bring both cheeks together. Can you see that? Yes. Now that it looks like there's a shape that's formed over here. It looks a lot like a diamond. This is important. You want to bring this down because you're going to do a lock twist here. Now, I'm right-handed, so I will do the lock twist with my right hand. I'm going to bring these two joints as close as possible to each other, and I'm going to twist it. Just one last note, can you see that I'm using my left thumb, to hold on to the joint that's connecting the nose and the back of the head together. Got it? Twist. Remember to twist it a few times. Give it a few revolutions so that it locks in place. Otherwise, the lock twist does not serve this purpose. Ta-da! That was actually one of the most difficult parts. So I hope you got that. If you missed out any of the steps, all you have to do is just rewind this video. Yes, alright, that's easy, huh? So now, remember, this is the back of the head and this is the nose bubble, right? So we're going to align everything in place, right? The two small bubbles here are the ears. So you're going to have to put the nose through the diamond-shaped hole that is formed. Put it through. Make sure it stays in place. Like so. Right, that's the reason why I would suggest that you do not make the cheeks and the top part of the skull, the bubble for the top part of the skull, too big. Because if it's going to be too big, you're going to have a scenario whereby this diamond here is going to be too big and the nose is not going to be able to stay in place like this. It might be a little bit difficult for you to keep track of all the bubbles. Alright, so it's much easier if you make them slightly smaller. Okay, so this one is about, how big is that? Did I say 2 inches? Yeah, 2 inches, that's perfect. So now, the ears. We're going to learn how to do the pinch twist. Or the teddy bear ear twist. Because that's exactly what it is. We're going to use this twist to make the teddy bear's ears. Now, it's a lot like a lock twist. Now remember, in a lock twist, you have to bring the joints of the two bubbles that you want to lock as close as possible to each other. You're going to do exactly the same thing for the teddy bear twist. See this bubble here? It's going to be the ears. So now I'm going to isolate this bubble, which is meant for the ear, as much as possible. Isolate it as much as possible away from the cheek bubble and the top of the head bubble. Alright, so I hope you can see this bubble here. I'm going to isolate it. I'm going to pull it away. I'm going to pull it a bit more. A bit more. Can you see that now this joint and this joint, they are much closer to each other? You want them to be as close as possible to each other. As close as possible. You're going to pull it out. Remember, for all the twists, remember what I said in the very first video, always twist in the same direction. So I'm going to twist my bubbles in the clockwise direction. I'm going to pull it out, head on, clockwise, and I'm going to twist. I'm just going to add in a couple more turns and revolutions so that it locks in place. Ta-da! I just want you to take a look at how this looks so much more different from the one over here. Yes, a twist that's been applied. This is the teddy bear twist. So now, once I finish that, I'm just going to align this, position it. Ta-da! That's the ear twist. It looks very funny, right? It looks a bit like a mushroom type of a bubble. Yeah. And so that's done. And now I'm going to make the other one. Once again, I'm going to hold this with my left hand. We've got the top of the head and we've got the cheek over here. Again, isolate it. Isolate it. Bring the, you want this joint and this joint over here to be as close as possible to each other. Bring it out and now you twist. That's just half a twist. So make sure you give it a few more turns and revolutions so that it stays in place. Alright, and at this point I'm just going to adjust the nose of the teddy bear. Ah, so cute! Look at that! Yes, so that's the teddy bear. Now this took me a while to learn, about 3 hours. Alright, so be patient with yourself, alright? Don't be too hard on yourself. It's gonna take some practice, especially in measuring all the proportions, the size of the bubbles correctly, right? And you will want them to be of the same size. Right? So that's gonna take some time to learn. So don't worry, take your time. So now we're done with the teddy bear's head, but I want to just quickly, very quickly go through the pinch twist again, or the teddy bear twist. Alright, I'm just going to form 3 bubbles. Oh, okay, yeah. So we got 3. We got 1, 2, and 3. Yes. Now here's what a pinch twist looks like when it's done on its own. Right. So I'm going to bring the first bubble and the third bubble as close as I can to each other. So once again, this looks exactly like what we did earlier for the teddy bear's ears. Right. 2 bubbles here, and now I'm going to isolate this one. Pull it out as much as I can. Okay. Very important. Isolate this bubble. All right. The 2 joints as close as each other. Pull it out and twist. Add in a couple more revolutions, and so this is how a pinch twist looks like when it's just done on its own, without being part of the full design yet. Right. So if you want to practice learning how to do pinch twists, so you might just inflate a balloon and just do a chain of pinch twists. Right, you can do that. So this is going to allow you to get some practice in. Alright, oops, that's fine. So here is a teddy bear. Alright, you're done with the head. I'm going to show you how to add in the full twist. Now, this is the first video that we're going to learn how that we're going to use a full twist for a design, and it's going to be pretty useful to learn. Right? So I'm going to make a small neck for the teddy bear. Alright, so this is a bit too full. We'll just apply a bit more pressure. So now, for the full twist, as you've already done in the first video, so just hold it here. Hold it with your non-master hand, which is my left hand. With my master hand, I'm just going to hold this part here, and my master hand will do the twist. So it's a very small full twist. Alright, and once again, I'm going to add some push a little bit of air down. This is the first hand. This is going to be the right hand. And now I'm going to make another full twist of the same size so that it corresponds. I've got one hand on the left and one hand on the right. Ta-da! Okay, so now I'm going to make a small body for the teddy bear, and this time I'm going to make a big full twist for the legs. Once again, I'm going to make a set. I've got one on the left and one on the right. We'll do the one on the right first. Alright, in terms of proportion, the legs are usually longer than the arms, so it's a full twist. Right. It's bigger than the small one. So we'll measure out the tail and twist it. So we got one on the right and one on the teddy bear's left. And to finish off, it has got a very cute little bobtail. Okay, there you go. That's the cute little teddy bear. Now, I'll just also mention that everything looks very perfect now. Yes, the tail is just of the right size. So are the legs and the arms. This will take you some time to get all the proportions right. So make sure you practice. All right. I'm just going to show you another teddy bear design that you can use. In fact, I'd like you guys to be creative and come up with various ways on how you can do arms as well as legs as well as bodies. But I would like you guys to also stick with the sample head. Alright, but before I show you the other variations on how we can make the teddy bear's arms as well as legs, I'd like to add in some details on this teddy bear so that you get a sense of what it looks like when you draw on it. Awesome, yes. So details can make a lot of difference. Right, so now let's move on, and here is a very quick teddy bear. Now I'm trying not to take too much time for this because you guys can also just simply rewind this video and learn how to do all the bubbles. That is done. Bring it down. Hold it with my non-master hand, my left hand. I find a diamond. I hold the nose and the back of the head with my non-master hand. Bring the joints together very closely and I twist. for him. I have the diamond over here, the diamond hole, diamond shape. I put the nose tube. I isolate the bubble for the ear and do the pinch twist, otherwise also known as the teddy bear twist. I do that the same for this ear. Again, remember, the more you isolate, the easier it is to do the bubble. Got it? Okay, so now, once again, I'm pushing some air down. Instead of making full twists for the arms, you can also use lock twists. This set of legs here is exactly the set of legs I would do for a doggy, the bubble twist and the lock twist. Alright, so we got just gonna add just one there, and then for the legs, we've got a big full twist. One on the right and one on the left. And I also achieve a small little tail at the back. Now, this looks very different from this one, but both are awesome teddy bears. Right, so this just makes use of a bubble twist and a lock twist, and you can see how different each teddy bear looks. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. On the next video, I'm going to teach you how to do the special poodle pop, the magic tail at the end of the poodle, and I will also show you how to make a more advanced version of the simple dog that is also known as the poodle. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.